I call my running bag my electron bag because when I first started training for Flying Pig Marathon, I discovered this really cool park. One of my favorite parks. It's a moderately sized park and it's quite round, and they have a solar system walk that is up to scale. I started going there specifically for speed runs. It felt like the perfect type of park for a speed run. And when I would go there, I would feel like the electron. Meow meow, it's me. So let's do what's in my bag. We're gonna go down this list that I have in my notes app. This list, I try my best to check off what I need depending on the type of run that I'm doing or what time of the day I am heading out. So, water. I have my water right here, but I would put a water bottle inside. Band Aid blister. I've tried they're a blister cushion so you don't get blisters, or so the blisters that you have don't get irritated. I've tried the one by the Walgreens brand and also by the Compete brand, and they just don't hold up to the Band-Aid ones. These actually stay in place pretty much the entire run. And I use them mostly on long runs, or if I think I might develop a blister depending on how long or the type of shoe that I'm wearing. Use this on every single run. This is my fanny pack. I put my phone in the front one. The second compartment has pepper spray, and I used to have the cord for my headphones in that middle compartment, but I eventually figured out that I didn't need it unless it's freezing out there. I'm pretty sure that my headphones will be fine. And on the last compartment is where I would put my keys. Next in the list are my headphones. Very important as well. Run with them all the time. They are by Beats. I got them for free when I purchased my MacBook Pro, which was years ago. These headphones and the MacBook have been quite loyal to me, and they still work, and I am very grateful for these. Post workout snacks. I don't always have the same snacks. I tend to rotate them every once in a while. The only preference that I have with my post run snacks is that one is really just have two of them, and that one of them be chewy and that the other one be a crunchy texture. So the ones that I have right now are these little pork sausages by Duke's. And I feel like it's so appropriate because they're pork. And this like trail mix by Gourmet Nut Power Up. And the huge bag had the 3 flavors. I also really like the Epic bars. Right now, I just have the Wagyu beef. Of course, the pork is my favorite. I also like the venison Epic bar. Run with a headband all the time, unless I forget it. But it doesn't feel good to forget it. Nish is my angel cat. So these are my Nish ears. I run with them all the time because I don't know if it's the headphones or my hair or the shape of my head, but if I run without my Nish ears, I feel that the headphones, they just slide into an uncomfortable position where it kind of feels like they might fall. They've never fallen without me wearing the headband, but I just don't like the position that they get in without the Nish ears. So I pretty much always run with the Nish ears, And I brought this just to show. I also run with this one sometimes. I got this one for one of my birthdays, like a couple years back. And usually I save this one for really early in the morning when it's cold, or just like when it's cold outside. I feel that it's a little warmer than the niche ears. And even though this one doesn't have niche ears, I feel that the headphones still stay in place wearing this headband. And next is an extra sweater or a top. I don't have an extra sweater here, but if I were out running, I would make sure I have an extra one, because after the 10-minute mark, after you run, I feel cold and uncomfortable because you sweat. And if I keep on my sweaty clothes, it's about, I kind of only have 10 minutes until start feeling cold and uncomfortable. I will take everything that I'm wearing at the top off, and I'll put on my dry sweater or sweatshirt, whatever. Aquifer. I just got a new aquifer because the one that I've been using is, I don't know if you can tell, it's almost done. And on my last run, I ran 10 miles. I did a 10 miler, so I knew that it was aquifer time. And I don't want to throw this one away because I got it on my study abroad in Paris, so it has French words. Next is, all right. So next in the list is when it starts getting very specific to a type of run that I am doing. Cable, charging, and power bank are kind of linked. It would be the cable to charge my phone in and a power bank. I don't have my newest power bank in my bag, which maybe I should, but I have the older one that I have, and I would put it in the middle compartment of my fanny pack with a cable to charge my phone in. This is specifically for trail running and going to the mountains to go run on the trails, because if I have two power bank, usually I would just yeah, usually now I would just bring the newest power bank that I have instead of this one. But with that one, I'm sure that you need a power bank when you go trail running. I feel like I feel safe when I do that. Pegasus, I'm referring to my shoes. I It's it might sound kind of weird to write down running shoes. It's mostly for when I am running after work, or when I am not gonna be coming home and then running, so I need to make sure I pack my shoes. Extra shoes, long run. I can actually show you this. Again, my last run was a 10 miler. So these are the shoes that I pack for long runs. They're by Vibram, and you can just roll these up, and they came with their own shoe bag with matching color shoe bag. I just forgot where I placed it, so I just put them in here. SPF 60 for fair skin. For when I run before sunset, or when I'm out there in the sun running. Gatorade, another long run type of thing. And this last Saturday, I found out that I drank half a Gatorade after a long run. And Gatorades I save only for long runs. The Gatorade Frost, the Glacier Freeze is my favorite one. A note about the Gatorade is that when I first trained for Flying Pig Marathon in 2019/2020, I didn't start carrying Gatorade for the longest time. Like, I would literally just bring water, and I did that for a long, long time. And maybe it's because when I would take dance classes, some teachers were very like about Gatorade and like sports drinks. Like they would only want you to bring water. So maybe that kind of stuck with me. But it got to the point like probably around this time, like 10 miles plus, where I would go on my long runs and they were, kind of high mileage. And I would come back to my car and I would literally chug the entire 1 liter water bottle that I have in under a minute. And I would still be thirsty. And I would come back home and I would drink some more water and I would still be thirsty. So I told my dad that one time and he was like, you need to drink Gatorade. And I told one of my other friends about that. He was like, Gatorade. So yeah, and the Gatorade really does help. Like I started doing that, you know, um long runs to avoid like that crazy thirst. And it really does help. It really does make you not feel like, I don't know, like just that insane thirst. Like it does replenish you. And I guess you're just gonna get to the point where you do need help, like from more than just water to rehydrate. Gatorade, Long Run, Bamboo Strap, and Bolt Gummy. I don't carry these things anymore. I will show you a picture of the Bamboo Strap. I don't need it anymore. I would need it for one of my post run stretches, King Dancer, and I will make a video about my pre-run and post-run stretches. King Dancer is one of the ones post-run, and I love this stretch. I think it's perfect for post-run. It stretches your arms, your shoulders, your neck, your chest, your entire back, and the front of your thigh. It's gets a lot done in one stretch. And I don't need to use the strap anymore, which is pretty cool because all throughout 2019 and 2020, I still needed that strap. So, like, your body changes is so cool. Bamboo strap bolt gummy is one of the chews, like running chews. I mostly just hear them being referred to as chews for fuel when you are running. I never really liked it, so I stopped getting it. I'm not gonna seek it out anymore. There is something on Runner's World that I saw about like a syrup that's supposed to be really good, so I want to try that next. And the rest of the Electron bag list on my phone is just the weather, the temperature, and what I wore, and if it felt good as a guide. I used to have the weather stuff just on the Nike Run Club app, and I got this time around training for Flying Pig. It got to the point where I thought, okay, I really need to have this on like easy to reach in like under my Electron bag list. I'm going to pause here and do a quick voiceover sharing with you the other things that are in my Electron bag that are not on my list, which is why I forgot to talk a little bit about them. One of them are these toe gel sleeves. I only put them in my big toes during runs and I do use them all the time. I have developed calluses in a specific area of my toes, and this is just to help them out. I do always have a callus now, but I don't let it get to a certain level. I actually remove my calluses from time to time because they start getting uncomfortable if the skin becomes too thick. The other things are these hand weights. I don't run with hand weights all the time. These are maybe 2 pounds or 2.5 pounds each. They just live in my bag. I just like having the option to run with weights or not sometimes. So that is it. That's what I carry in my running bag. And this is really helpful to me. I haven't changed this list in, years, and it has helped me. So I hope it helps one of you runners out there. I will see you in my next Flying Pig vlog.